I'm a traditional small government conservative. That means that I believe the government should not be in the business of telling folks how to live their lives. I've spent my own life trying to live out the hometown Midwestern values that my parents, teachers, coaches, and pastors have taught me. But I don't believe the government has a role in dictating what happens in the privacy of my family's home. The first thing I bring up when someone asks about my platform is term limits. The past generation has incentivized political careers so much that our elected leaders don't think they ever have a duty to excuse themselves from office. Government is not a career. Salaries are too high, the spotlight is too bright, and we've allowed for the stagnation of tired men and women with tired ideas to bring the progress of our nation to a screeching halt. Politics has become little more than wealthy lobbyists and corporations propping up wealthy candidates so that they can tell the rest of us how to live our lives. That ends with a vote for me. I have already publicly promised to leave office after 3 terms to allow fresh, new ideas to come out of Indiana's 4th District. We lead by example here. As a Christian, I personally was raised to believe that God knew us before we were even born. Every American was born with the right to bear arms, and I firmly believe in defending that right to safe gun ownership, whether that's for our Hoosier sportsmen or for folks that just want to defend their homes. Concepts like capital J justice and capital E equality are not political issues that are up for debate. They aren't for liberals or conservatives. They aren't for Democrats or Republicans. They are for all Americans. We are all Americans. And it's time for us to start treating folks from every race, creed, and religion with the dignity and respect that they deserve. America has left behind, outsourced, and drained economic opportunity, both in rural America and in our inner cities, in favor of foreign workers. On top of that, we have an opioid epidemic, a breakdown of family structure, and conflicts with law enforcement in cities throughout the country. Providing new economic opportunities is the first and most important goal that our government should be working towards. Innovating, just as Hoosiers continue to do, is how we will bridge that gap and find the solutions to our current economic challenges. In order to get there, the best thing government can begin to do is reduce the strain on job producers with burdensome taxes and unnecessary regulations dictated from Washington. I agree with the spirit of the bill and the ability to provide middle-income American families with the tax relief they so desperately deserve. We're already seeing some of the positive effects, with Southwest Airlines announcing that it's going to invest in a new fleet with engines manufactured right here in Lafayette, and First Farmers Bank and Trust announcing that it's raising wages, giving bonuses, and investing hundreds of thousands of dollars per year in community development and in employee development. I specifically agree with the provision to repatriate corporate earnings that companies have stashed offshore. However, I do not support the rush process that got the bill passed through Congress. It's important that our elected representatives do their job to ensure that a bill is properly vetted, most importantly with the American people. When a bill is to the benefit of so many Americans, it's important that the job is not just done, but done correctly. We've got to start working together, and that starts in Congress. I agree with Republican leadership regarding NAFTA. It should be renegotiated. As a 4th District Hoosier, though, we must ensure that this renegotiation does not negatively impact our farmers in any way. The majority of our corn and soybean exports go to Canada and Mexico. Anyone trying to represent our district must protect this exportation to our neighbors, while also fighting to secure new markets for our exports. American manufacturing and agriculture can be done at economies of scale superior to most other countries. We have not done right by our farmers and our producers by wrapping red tape around their products. Finally, Indiana's 4th District is my issue. America needs Indiana. Our balanced budget, infrastructure plan, and growing economy ought to be the model for other states and for our federal government as our country continues to work towards growth. I am so excited to have the opportunity to help the community I love so much, but I can't do it without the help of all of you. For other topics in more detail, please visit my website at jaredguythomas.com. Don't be afraid to tell me what you think. Write me an email or comment on social media posts. This campaign is about the voters in the 4th District, so we need your voices and ideas to help deliver to Hoosiers. God bless Indiana.